From tacos to semiconductor creation, energy runs the entire economy. Now, that seems like an obvious statement. But if you really observe this throughout the day, everything you do is related to energy costs. You know, I went this morning to this gym I go to, and it's a massive gym. It's one of the biggest footprint gyms that exist these days, and it's great. But so much time. There's a pool. There's the functional workout area. They've got these great dome ceilings. There's the bro area. Then there's the sub-bro area. There's the CrossFit functional area. There's basketball courts. They're working on a 24-hour fitness thing where it's not that brand, but they're going to have on-demand classes. So I guess you could wake up a coach at home. Hey, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Get out of bed. Teach me. I think it's actually going to be video content. If you think about all of that, how much power did that take? How much gas did I burn getting there? Because I actually have to drive away from where I live and go to that gym and then drive past where I live and then come to the studio. And then the studio itself, you can't see this, but in the studio God built for us, there's a great big huge light up here, and it's, it's just energy everywhere. Which is why what President Trump talked about during his inauguration could be one of the most important measures he undertakes to bring our country back. No one talks about energy more often than me, and he's the guy who's really drilled home to me how important energy is for our economy, is Zach Abraham, Chief Investment Officer, Bulwark Capital Management. Zach thinks differently than a lot of fiduciaries. And what does that mean, by the way? A fiduciary, like Zach, has to put our financial interests before his own, ours, in that we invest our money with him, most of it. He won't let us invest at all because he says, what if I have a bad year? He's that fanatical about risk management. Zach started doing something a few years ago. No one else did. He was looking at, so there's all these pushes to force people to convert to electric, and yet no one is investing in small regional utilities. Well, they're going to get all these new customers. So he began that. And now you're saying, but wait, President Trump has done away with the EV mandate, or says he's going to. Right, which is why Zach hedges his bets. Hedge upon hedge upon hedge, because risk management. He actively manages every single portfolio, which can reduce risk and volatility and can position you to take advantage for a massive change to our economy that's coming. So if you're 5 or 10, even 15 years from retirement, you need to know you're positioned to take advantage of this change. So luckily, here's a free resource for you. Zach is putting on his first free live webinar of the year. It's Thursday, January 30th. You can register for free. Go to knowyourriskradio.com. That's KNOW, knowyourriskradio.com. It's free, but you have to register to attend because these things do fill up, and then people are disappointed. Then they call me and complain, and they whine. They don't really whine. Knowyourriskradio.com. Register now at knowyourriskradio.com. Investment advisory services offered through Trek Financial LLC and SEC registered investment advisor. Investments involve risk and are not guaranteed. Past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Trek 25-103. President Trump talking about energy and fossil fuels.
Fill our strategic reserves up again, right to the top, and export American energy all over the world. We will be a rich nation again, and it is that liquid gold under our feet that will help to do it. With my actions today, we will end the Green New Deal, and we will revoke the electric vehicle mandate, saving our auto industry and keeping my sacred pledge to our great American auto workers.
Part of this is the changing of the guards, the switching of the economic focus, the acceptance of the unions into this new tent, which is not a conservative tent. It's a populist tent. It contains elements of conservatism, but the auto workers aren't traditionally conservative people. Well, that's not true. The workers are, not the union. Hopefully, they can become red-pilled. Hopefully, they can start to step back and look and say, wait, we backed a party that was that ungodly? The Democrats? Hopefully, this is also good for their souls. President Trump's Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, who our friend we just talked about, Zach, is a big fan of Bessent getting in this position. He's been talking about green energy versus non-green. There's really no green energy. If you know anything about how they make these solar panels, those aren't green, particularly given the fact that a hailstorm can destroy them and suddenly they're in the landfill for the next, I don't know, trillion years. He was talking to Senator Wyden during his confirmation hearings.
Now there is a big effort in the Trump administration to reverse it. I think that's going to be bad for the economy, but it is going to be damn good for China because we are in an arms race on clean energy with them. Are you going to be on the side of people who want to unravel this?
Senator Wyden, just so we can frame this for everyone in the room, China will build 100 new coal plants this year. There is not a clean energy race. There is an energy race. China will build 10 nuclear plants this year. That is not solar. I am in favor of more nuclear plants. And I would note that the IRA, as scored by the CBO, is wildly out of control in terms of spending on the upside.
Micronuclear. These are very small footprint nuclear plants that don't require all that water next to these rivers with these weird, bizarre, scary-looking tall towers. I admit it, man. When I drive past those old nuclear plants, I'm programmed too. I look at them like, that blow up on me. I might be getting isotoped. Very different design. The reality is this. We are not going to do away with energy unless we want to die. We don't have fur. We're not very good at being outside. My dog can sit outside in a 14-degree day and not notice. She's not even that tough a dog. He also talked about our exports, our oil, and some of our enemies. Again, this is Scott Bessent, President Trump's nominee to be Treasury Secretary.
I would view that as we can raise U.S. production, we would squeeze down the bad actors, especially Iran. I think I'm right, maybe not in the exact numbers, but in order of magnitude. I believe Iran was down to 100,000 barrels of oil exports when President Trump left office. I believe that they are now exporting in excess or approximately 1.7 million. So through sanctions policy, I believe that we can, again, as I like to say, make Iran poor again. Not the Iranian people, the Iranian government, and then at the same time, they have our domestic producers push that up with the highest energy standards in the world.
What a refreshing change to recognize that the government of Iran hates us, wants to destroy us, wants to wipe Israel off the map, and then come for the big Satan. They're the small Satan, we're the big Satan. Praise God that he recognizes this. Energy is part of the common blessings that God gave us. So God rained down blessings upon the earth, upon the righteous and the unrighteous. There is wood for fire. There is sunlight. We are to steward these resources. We are managers. And the Bible is replete with examples of people being wise stewards of money, of resources like vineyards. Now, that's all really about how do you resource your gifts and steward your gifts to bring people into the kingdom of heaven. That's always the point. But Jesus makes the point by talking about wise stewardship of the resources God gave us, the physical resources. If the Lord is looking at us to be wise stewards, is he really going to look at solar and say, yeah, that's the wisest possible way to steward the resources I give you? No. God gave us the ability to take nuclear power and petroleum and coal and all sorts of other forms of energy. There's now a new hydrogen engine that's been approved, finally. That's wise stewardship. God invented all of these minerals and materials for our use, for our wise use. And yes, we should respect the earth, but we should respect the earth and worship the God who gave it to us. I'm pleased to see this change in the Trump administration. Hopefully this guy is confirmed.